There is a power failure.
Power
Even in
failure.
my house, there is a power failure.
Sure, teacher, I think we are live now.
Okay. Okay, Susmita. Have they missed quite a lot? Is it sorted out?
Yes, teacher, it's okay now.
Okay.
I'll just share the screen.
Okay. Thank you. The power is back. The power has gone again. Okay. This year, leaving all the circles and the boxes unattended is also considered as an unfair meal. So all the points that I have mentioned fall under unfair meals. So please do not try to do any of these methods that have been shared with you. Next slide, please. Susmita. No, there is one. Okay. No, for the information of, yes, the next one. For the information of all the children and parents, please understand that as per the COVID protocol as well and the guidelines that are issued by the CBSE, only 12 children will be seated in a hall. It's a big classroom and only 12 children will be there in a examination hall. All the children and the teachers will face the same direction. Normally we have the teacher facing you, but this time there's a slight change. The teacher will be behind facing, and all of you all will be facing the same direction. And the examination hall, which is used on a particular day, will not be used for the next day. Now, I just wish to inform the parents that every day these examination halls will be sanitized, will be fogged. You do not have to worry about that aspect because that is a practice that we have been following right from the pre-boards, and you can be assured that the same thing is going to happen even during the board examinations. There is a log book maintained for the same. So the examination hall that is there for one day will not be used for the next day. The next, please. Just now I had a query whether rough paper will be provided. Yes, separate A4 sheets will be provided, and these A4 sheets will be having the facsimile of the center superintendent. It will be supplied by the assistant superintendents and on demand. For example, for your language, probably you may require only one. But for your physics, your chemistry, your maths, you may require more. So as and when there is a requirement, definitely your teachers would be providing it to you because these papers have to be accounted. You are not expected to carry it back with you. Along with your OMR sheets, you will return your rough sheets also. And that's a guideline that has been given to us. So don't worry, you would get sufficient rough paper to work out whatever that you have to. And so be assured, okay, don't worry, you don't have to write anything on the question paper. There is a rough paper that is provided to each one of you. Next slide, please. Regarding the OMR sheet and how to fill the responses. We have shared a circular that has been issued by the CBSE, and we have also shared a video which is released by the CBSE. Now, this is given by your class teacher. It must be there in your class group or in your classroom. If you have deleted it by mistake, please ask your class teacher, read the circular once again, watch the video once again, so that everything is always clear in your mind as to how the OMR sheet, how the responses are to be filled, how a declaration is to be written, because in your OMR sheet there's a declaration. The particulars given above are found correct. You have to write that in your running handwriting. Okay, because recently you must have read in the paper, the candidate from Thrissur challenged the court that her OMR sheet for the NEET examination was not her OMR sheet. And then, of course, the handwriting experts came into the picture and they, tallied her handwriting with that which is there in the OMR sheet. And finally, they found that it is the one and the same. So that is why the CBSE also insists that you have to write in running handwriting. The one particular sentence which is there in a box, you have to write that and put your
But I
signature.
confirm
Okay.
that please.
I confirm. Correct, correct. I confirm that the particulars given in above are correct, right? I don't remember the sentence, but somebody prompted me. Thank you, child. Okay, so that is one very important point. And another very important point is your responses in the OMR sheet, which you write in that box, should be in small letters. Okay, small a, B, C, D. And a very common kind of overlooking that I have seen in children is most of your A and D looks very similar. Okay, but then remember, one tail, a longer tail for D makes a lot of difference as far as your option is concerned. So be very careful when you are writing your responses in the box, especially if it is an A and a D. C and B, of course, you may not go wrong, but A and D, make sure you write it very, very clearly. Okay, so these are certain small things which you are likely to go wrong. So I'm just sensitizing you, children. Not that you're going to make mistakes, but just be, aware that these may happen. Next slide, please. The methodology, this was shared by your class teacher. The first one is wrong because it is marked with a pencil. Okay, so you cannot mark your OMR sheet using a pencil. Okay, because there are possibilities that it can be erased at a later stage and recorrected. So no using pencils. The second one is also not correct because it is incomplete. The box is not filled. Okay, option B is given, but the box is not filled. The third one is correct. See, the child has filled the option B and the child has written B. So it is correct. Next one, please. Next slide, Susmita. Okay. Unattempted question. See, question that point 4 is that child is not very clear about a particular question. So he's left those 4 circles blank. The box is also blank, but a circle after the box is darkened, which means that he has not attempted that particular question. Okay. Then the fifth point is one child first thought that the option B was correct. Later on, he realized no, it is option C which is correct. So he darkened C. And the correct option is now written in the box. Now, please remember that whatever is written in the box is the final word. Okay. Teachers will be evaluating, not teachers. The evaluators will be checking the boxes. Okay, the circles may be wrong. Sometimes you may darken a wrong circle, but whatever response is given in the box stands, as the correct response. The next slide, please. Okay, here a child has first thought that it was B and then he realizes it is C. So he's darkened both and he's cut B response and written C. But changing a response in the box will not fetch you marks. You can change responses in the circle, but not in the box. That will not be awarded marks. Okay, so if you're unsure of an answer, okay, if you're unsure of an answer, don't write the response in the box. You can come back later and write that. Okay, if you're unsure, if you're very sure, you can darken the circle, write the response immediately. Ma'am, I just said that we can't carry a writing pad, so okay, bubble the OMR sheet. I didn't read that. Can we go to the queries towards the end, please? Whatever queries are there, I'll deal with the queries towards the end, okay? Not in between, please. So only if you're fully satisfied, because cutting and rewriting is not permitted. Then see the next one. Even if a candidate is satisfied with darkening the circle, this response has to be written in the box. Okay, so that is one method. That's the right method of darkening a box and writing the response. Next slide, please. In the box will be treated as finals. So here, see, boxes, two things which have been darkened, and the child has written C, so it is correct. After the change, the child has opted for C as the answer, and it is the right way of responding to it. The point number 9, the child has darkened B, but unfortunately has forgotten to write the response in the box. So as I said earlier, box is very, very important. The next point, number 10, is the child has forgotten to darken all the circles, but he has written the correct response. So that is a awarded mark. Okay, the box is very, very important. And the last one, the child has left all the circles, 4 circles, and the box blank, which is considered as unfair means. Because if it was an unattempted question, he should have darkened the circle after the box, which he has not. So he has left everything blank, which means there is a possibility that some manipulations can be done at a later stage. So that is not permitted. So it is considered as unfair means. So these are the 11 types of options which is shared by the CBSE, which has been shared with all of you. So please go through it once again. And I know that the second pre-boards are going on, and all of you have been asked to take printouts of the OMR sheet so that you can keep practicing on the OMR sheet and perfect yourself before you come for your board examination. We are just sensitizing you. We don't want you to be worried, but make yourself be aware. Okay, we are just passing on the correct informations to all of you. Next slide, please. Tips while answering. Utilize the reading time effectively. I told you earlier, don't look around. Plan, especially in your maths. Okay, analyze the question, physics, prepare the proper strategies. What is the method that is used to arrive at the answer? Approach the question from all the angles, because you know that there are questions, situation-based, case-based, assertion reasoning. All these you have to think from different angles. So utilize the reading time in a very, very effective manner. Don't panic. I know it is very easy to tell you, don't panic. Okay, giving this kind of advice is very, very easy. But I know all of you may have your, stress factors. A little bit of stress is good, but not too much. If you feel, you're hitting the panic button, you're hyperventilating, deep breathing. Okay, it's very helpful. Take deep breaths, mentally chant Om. It has a very, very calming effect on you. Okay, so please don't get, panicky. You have studied, and whatever you have studied will come back to you. It's not going anywhere. Okay, it will come back to you. Okay, so don't panic at all. Especially don't look at others. Okay, because when you look at others, you may find various kind of expressions. Look away. Okay, look outside if you feel that you're going blank. But don't panic, take deep breaths. Questions may look very, very similar. That is why I told you earlier, read the questions verbatim, word by word, because aerobic, anaerobic, it looks very, very similar. Mr. Hall, Mrs. Hall, it looks very similar. Greenland, Greenwich, or greenhouse gases. You may just read green and then just visualize. I mean, you have your own mental, you may think in a very different manner. So read the questions very, very properly. Do not mark anything on the question paper. We are providing you with rough sheets. So you have plenty of rough sheets to work out things, but don't write anything on the question paper. Next slide, please. Typology of questions, something that the teachers have been drilling into you right from the month of July. This year especially, since you have your MCQ, all your questions are MCQ, but within MCQ you may have the assertion reasoning, and some of the questions are just knowledge level questions. The moment you see the question, you know, yes, this is the answer. That is just the superficial knowledge level MCQs. Then you have the case based as well as the real life situation based question, something which is related to your portion, but something which is converted into a case or something that is converted into a real life situation, and questions are asked based on that situation. Sometimes it's an understanding level type of MCQ. You have attended a class, you have read it, so you know what it is. So it is again an easy level. It is not a difficult level. It's not of the higher order thinking skill. It's of the lower order thinking skill. Okay, so knowledge-based MCQs, understanding level MCQs are all lower level questions. Application type questions are definitely of the higher level. Sometimes you're given diagrams, and based on the diagrams, certain questions are asked. You should be very, very familiar with all the diagrams in your textbook. Your textbook is a Bible or a Bhagavad Gita or a Quran, whatever it is. Please read your textbook very, very carefully. Sometimes even the footnote from a diagram is converted into question. Be thorough with all the labelings. Go through your map work. So every question, everything printed in your textbook can be converted into question. There can be communication or skill-based questions, activity-based questions, and the HOTS or the higher order thinking skills. Okay, the case-based, all that comes under the higher order thinking skills. But don't worry, if your concepts, if your fundas or your fundamentals are strong, definitely you will get the Shravan. I'll answer all the queries after the session, okay? Not in between. So please wait. You can pose all your queries after the session. Shall we go to the next slide, please? Yes, pre-examination nerves. Yes, all of us have written exams, and all of us had these problems, of anxiety and, stress, all that. So the best thing is talk it out, either with your siblings or with your parents or your teachers. Teachers are wonderful listeners. Okay, talk it out. Teacher, I'm feeling scared. Teacher, I've not studied this. Doesn't matter. If you have not studied something and you feel that there is no guarantee that that question is going to come. Did someone tell you that you have not studied this particular question and that question is going to come? No. Okay, so please do not have these, stress induce stress on yourself. Calm yourself, talk it out to someone, think positive. Okay, your brain is always mimicked to think positive results. Always think, yes, I am going to get all the questions correctly. I know that I have not done my pre-boards correctly, but then I have not wasted time after that. I have utilized my, study time properly. I'm still utilizing it properly. I've revised, as far as I can to the best possible manner. I know God will be there with me. Keep thinking positively. The moment you get up from your bed on the day of examination, think, yes, this is my day. I am going to take up all the challenges. And I know I will get all the answers correct. Think positive. Okay, because your brain immediately starts producing the good hormones. Avoid last minute discussions. Okay, just as I told you earlier, your friend would have comes and asks you about one particular portion or one particular question, and you probably have not studied that completely. Don't worry, there's no guarantee that that question is going to come. So avoid last minute discussions and avoid postmortems. Okay, once an examination is over, don't go back and have a discussion in the virtual medium. I wrote this, I wrote that. My goodness, I think I'm wrong. Is it going to change your option and your response? No. It is only going to add stress, which is going to have difficulty for you because you have got to prepare for the next examination. Sometimes you just have a couple of days for your next exam. So don't postmortem after your examination. Leave it. Okay, it's over. It's over. Okay. Reassure deep breathing. I have told you this earlier. Keep deep breathing when you have these stress attacks. Reassure yourselves, everyone before you, including all your teachers, your parents, have written exams. You are going to write exams for so many years henceforth. So this is nothing. It's just one small step that it's just a baby step. And you can't run away from it. Okay, everyone has written examinations, so you are also going to write. Even that is going to, pass away. Visualize only fruits, as I said, only positives. Don't look around, okay, because it will increase your panic level. When fatigued, okay, normally for your 90 minutes, there is no chance of having a fatigue because you're not going to write. Okay, for the other examination, when you're going to write lots, definitely what happens is there is a fatigue. But for your OMR, you just have to darken the circles and darken it completely. Next one, please. Result declaration. I know once you have attended an examination, all of us definitely look forward to the results. So the results will be declared by the CBSE. Notification will be issued by the CBSE. Only the marks scored by the candidate will be informed. There's no mark sheet. The marks will be informed. No student will be placed under pass or compartment or essential repeat category. No, that happens only for the term 2 examination, and final examination will be declared after the April examination. I think they had suggested a date that is something like before July 6th. I don't remember. I read somewhere in one circular. So this is regarding the CBSE declaration of results. The next slide, please. Okay. So now you have entered the school. You have walked to the examination center, and there you're sitting. Visualize yourself sitting in the examination hall. Remain calm. Okay. I've seen children praying. That's a wonderful way. Pray. Or think of wonderful the Lord Almighty, your wonderful parents, your teachers, whose blessings are there with you always. Take deep breath. Okay. Try to recollect whatever you have learned because you are reaching there around 10:45. You still have time. Okay. Keep breathing. Don't worry. And at this point, I have to place on records my gratitude and appreciation to all my parents who have been very, very supportive, to the school authorities, to your children. Please avoid giving them negative feedbacks at this point. Sometimes your child may not have done very well for the pre-boards. Doesn't matter. That those marks does not define your child. No, your child is unique. Every child in this world is unique. There is something wonderful in each and every child. Your child is unique. Please don't equate your child with the marks that he has scored. No, that is not important. I don't say it is not important, but at this moment, it is not important. Give your child all the positive appreciation and all the support that is required from your side. Especially it is COVID times, they are frustrated, they are stressed. So please give them positives. I also place on records my gratitude to a wonderful group of teachers that we have in Chinmay Vidyalaya. who have been so very, very, very supportive to their children. Every time there has been changes, they have been adapting themselves, adopting to new technologies, learning new tools. And even now, when we suggested, why don't we start with the offline classes? Yes, ma'am. But then there are children who have opted for both. Doesn't matter, ma'am, we will do hybrid learning. We'll do hybrid teaching. So I understand the kind of struggle my teachers are going through, but there's absolutely no complaints from my teachers. They are with you. Their prayers and blessings are always there with you. You know that normally every year we have a blessing ceremony. Of course, this year we cannot have a physical blessing ceremony, but our prayers are there with you always. Our physical presence will be there in the school. Our mental blessings are there with each and every child. Don't worry, we're praying for you. And let me, the next slide, please, Susmita. Remember Puja Gurudev, who said, plan out your work, then work out your plan. Always have a plan. And then you're working out your plan. The former without the latter is a sheer waste. And the latter without the former is mere unproductive confusion. It's a wonderful quote by our Puja Gurudev. Reflect on this, think about this, pray, and remain healthy throughout your examination period. And with this, I pass on to the last slide where I wish all my children the very best from the bottom of my heart. My blessings to each and every child. And thank you for giving me a very patient hearing virtually. Now we'll go on to the queries. Ma'am, will we be provided with rough sheets? Yes, Samvid, we will be giving you enough of rough sheets. Ma'am, it is said that we can't carry a writing pad. So if we bubble the OMR sheet, by keeping it on the desk, it may get damaged by cracks or gaps on the desk. So what will we do? Child, Karan, please place it on the question paper or on your rough paper. Okay, 2 rough papers will be given and they are of good quality rough paper. So you can keep your OMR sheet either on the question paper or on your rough paper and write it. Ma'am, will we get rough sheets during the reading time itself? Yes, probably, but then reading time is reading time. Reading time, you cannot touch your pen. Okay, so I know you may feel, oh, okay, why can't we use the reading time to write, note it down somewhere. But reading, they say reading, so just reading. If you have any more queries, you can even unmute yourself and ask. And Lekha, if there are any comments or queries in the YouTube channel, you can please post it to Susmita and we can definitely have a discussion here.
No, ma'am, in YouTube there are no queries.
Okay.
No queries in YouTube.
Ma'am, I didn't receive my hall ticket. Neha, I had requested. Neha is from Muscat, isn't it? Neha? Neha? Yes. Neha, I just had a conversation with the regional officer, Trivandrum. I spoke to him just 1 hour back, and I have sent information regarding your change of examination center to the regional office, and I have asked you to contact the center which you had desired. And the regional office has given me a positive assurance. He said, wait, by tomorrow or in a couple of days, definitely you will be getting a change. So you will, okay, they will not keep you waiting for a longer period of time. So Neha and Niranjan are 2 children who requested for a examination change of center from India to Gulf countries. So they are still processing it because these changes are executed at Delhi. So don't worry, Neha, something, some kind of information will be shared. And the moment it is shared, immediately we will be posting it to your class teacher and we'll be emailing it to you also. Yes, Neha, you still have some more doubts? Yes, yes, you can. You can. Please
Yeah,
unmute yourself.
yeah. Good evening, teacher. This is Sanaya's father here.
Okay,
I
please.
have contacted I have contacted the principal Alma Bella. So what
Okay.
he had told me is that there is nothing that they can do from their side.
Mm,
They also had some issues like this. So what they
mm,
did is
mm,
there is something called a list of candidates. Something he said,
mm,
LOS
mm.
list of students. Something
LOC,
he said.
LOC. Mm,
Yeah, LOC, yeah, list of
mm,
candidates.
mm,
So, according to CBSE website, Neha's name is seen in the list of candidates in Chinmaya, and
mm,
only CBSE can change that list of candidates,
mm.
and it has to be done through Chinmaya. That's what they told me. Through Chinmaya, only if Chinmaya
Neha's
approached the
father,
CBSE. Yeah,
please see, we were asked to edit the option by the 12th of November. We have edited, okay, as per your request, we have edited, and the only kind of edition that could be done in the LOC was change the center from India to a foreign school, and then drop down box, what's the district, and we have changed the district also. And other than Neha, we have Niranjan. We also have two other children, Mehak as well as Shankar Mahadevan, who has opted for a center change from Thrissur to their places of residence, which is Kollam as well as Talasheri. These two children who are situated in Kerala district, their new hall ticket has come today. Okay, so Trivandrum region has processed the change from Thrissur district to the other centers as per their request. As far as Neha and Niranjan are concerned, it is outside India. So the processing does not happen at Trivandrum region, it happens at Delhi. So Trivandrum CBSE is in touch with the Delhi region and changes are in the process. So don't worry, your first examination is on 30th, and for another child it is on the 3rd of December. So definitely in a couple of days this information will come across. Please don't panic. Okay, we have
yeah,
already
I appreciate the action taken, madam. I just wanted to remind you that we have holidays here on 26, 27, 28, 29. 4 days we have holidays. That is why little bit we are on a panicking
worried,
side. But
worried.
really appreciate the action taken, madam.
Thank you. I have multiple times I have sent information to my city coordinator, to Delhi region, to the controller of examination, and to the regional office, Trivandrum. Okay, so I have sent information to all these people. I have contacted personally the regional officer, Trivandrum, and he has said, "Wait, ma'am." Okay, and this conversation happened at 6 o'clock. So this much of work I have done. You will definitely get it. You will get it. You will
Yeah,
not
I really
trouble children.
appreciate and thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the action.
And because that school, wherever the child is going to write the examination, we have also drafted a letter and sent it across to that school, asking the school to do the evaluation, because evaluation has to be done on the same day. And they are supposed to post the marks to us, and we are supposed to upload it in our school from our center. Because the roll number, there's no change in the roll number. Okay, even if there is a change in the center, there's no change in the roll number. That is what I have been informed. So don't worry, something will work out.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Any other questions?
Ma'am, ma'am, what kind of shoes do we wear, ma'am? School shoes, other
Uh,
shoes?
school shoes or other shoes means? Or your fancy shoes? If you have a school shoe, wear it.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't, wear something else. Okay.
Yes,
These are not very hard, rigid rules, but come decently dressed in your uniform. Because
ma'am.
as
What about
you know,
watches,
we
ma'am?
have
What kind of?
observers and flying squads coming in. Your ID card is a must.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what about watches?
Definitely not the digital kind. And we have already installed clocks in all the classrooms.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in all the classrooms, we have installed clocks, and it is calibrated to have the same timings also.
Yes, ma'am.
If
Ma'am,
there are 10 questions and we need to attempt only 6, we can leave any 4. So does do darken the third circle or leave it blind? I don't understand your question, Arjun. Can anyone help the child? Susmita, any of the subject teachers, please? There's a question in the chat box.
It's not very clear. Arjun,
Arjun, what is
If you can-
actually your query? What is it? Can you just repeat it? If there are 10 questions and we need to attempt only 6, you have to attempt only 6 then. That you can attempt any 6 actually. You can attempt any 6. Okay, there are choices. So if there are 10 questions and we have to attempt only 6, you can attempt any 6. The one which you are not attempting, you have to darken the last circle. After the box, there is a circle at the end. That circle you have to darken. That's all. You can attempt any 6. Okay, I mean any 6 in the sense in whichever order you are. After one, suppose the second question you find that it is tough for you, you don't know the answer, leave it. But make sure that you are answering minimum 6, because at least out of luck you may get a correct answer. No, I mean you may. So don't just leave it. You attempt 6. If there are 6 questions to be attempted, attempt all the 6. In whichever question you are comfortable with, attempt all that 6. I hope it is clear. I'm not understanding exactly what is your doubt. Actually, I think this is what you wanted to know. Okay?
Arjun, I think you have understood or clarified from your class teacher also, okay, or your
Arjun?
subject teacher.
You are okay, no? Arjun, respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Karan,
didn't
regarding
get
the belt, if you have the school belt, use it. If you have outgrown it, wear some kind of belt. Okay.
See, children, something which you have to remember is, if you have to attempt only 6 questions out of 10, just as Arjun has asked, there is no use in writing 7 questions. Okay, the first 6 only will be evaluated. First 6, remember, first 6. So you be absolutely sure about the answer and then write the answer. Okay, if you feel that the second question you are not very sure of, leave it for the time being, but make sure that at least 6 questions you attempt. Okay, that's it. But if you attempt 7 questions, remember only the first 6 will be evaluated, even if the 7th one is the correct answer and 6th one is a wrong answer. Okay, so be sure about your answer and do that. That is the only responsibility you have actually in the OMR sheet. You be very careful while you are marking. You be very careful when you are darkening the circle and filling the box, filling the last circle, and all. Be very, very careful. That's it. Read all the questions. That is why 20 minutes is given to you to read the question and make sure which all question you are okay, which all question you feel that you can answer well. Okay, that's it. And once you write in the box, remember, no corrections possible. So box, you can write it even at a later stage, once you are sure of it. The problem is if you leave the box blank in the beginning, if you don't get time to go back, that would be a problem, because box, what is written only will be evaluated. Even if you darken the circle, if nothing is written on the box, you are in trouble. Okay, so box is a must actually. Even if the darkening the circle, you forget, nothing is going to happen if the box is showing the answer. So that also is a problem. So if you are very sure about the answer in the beginning itself, you can darken the circle and write the response in the box also. Keeping towards the end, this is the problem. You may forget, is a little worry for all the teachers actually. So be careful, children. That's all. That's okay. Once you write one exam, you are going to be okay. Don't worry.
Parameshwar, you wanted to ask me something?
Yes, teacher. Teacher, should we write our roll number or name on the rough sheet?
You can.
Yes.
You can.
Yes,
No.
yes. You have to write it in your rough sheet also.
Anyway, it
Okay.
will be collected back. An account will be kept on how many rough sheets you are using and all. So it will be taken back. So write your roll number and all. Okay. Anyway, we are not sending it. It will be collected back.
Okay.
excuse me, ma'am, there is a query in the YouTube. Ma'am, is it compulsory to buy shoes if we don't have one?
No, it is not compulsory.
And one more, what kind of water bottle are we supposed to bring? Should we use transparent?
Transparent.
Nothing else, ma'am. And writing pad, one child had asked about the writing pad, which we had already clarified.
Mentioned.
Saying that
No
it's
writing
not
pad.
allowed.
No writing pad. Okay. Keep your rough sheet below that. 2 or 3 sheets will be given to you. If your question paper is there, question paper you may require, but rough sheets definitely you can give.
So good luck, children.
Okay.
Do well. Gayatri.
Thank you, ma'am, for that insightful session. I'm sure that has cleared all residual doubts, and we are all well prepared to face the challenges of the upcoming board exams. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, let me invite our head boy, Gautam Krishna, to propose the vote of thanks.
Hari Om and good evening to everyone gathered here on this virtual platform. On behalf of the entire student community of the Vidyalaya, it's my pleasure and pride to express my vote of gratitude. So first of all, let me thank my principal, Srimati Shobha ma'am, for having given us a clear picture of the various aspects of the new pattern of the upcoming board exam. I also thank our class teachers and our subject teachers for their patient and consistent guidance and their untiring efforts. Their care and support is immeasurable. May I take this opportunity to thank all the parents for their cooperation and understanding. I can give an assurance to all present here that we shall do our best for the upcoming exam and come out with flying colors. With your blessings and prayers, we shall reach greater and greater heights. Thank you and Hari Om.
Thank you, Gautam. Let's conclude this session with a prayer. I request Shraddha to render the prayer.
ॐ पूर्णमतः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ॐ
Thank you all and Hari Om.
Thank you, ma'am.